Alright guys, I'm JP from Rearview Safety. I'm actually going to follow Linda's presentation on a very simple, basic idea that I think will apply to a lot of fleet managers out there. Crazy question, right? Have you ever driven drunk? We've done so many initiatives as a society to really focus on drunk driving. It's a really kind of obnoxious question to ask. If I were to ask the audience right now, how many out there have driven drunk? I wouldn't imagine anyone would want to raise their hands. Fundamentally, there's a lot of drivers and a lot of fleet representatives that are driving out there that drive drunk. We've spent a lot of money, a lot of time focusing on this idea of drunk driving. Now, a different question. Have you ever driven drowsy? If I were to ask this to the whole audience, most of you guys would probably raise your hands. January? Thanks. Most of you guys would probably, can this better? Yeah, cool. Most of you guys would probably answer, yes, I have, driven drowsy before. In regards to your fleets out there, a lot of your drivers out there are driving a little sleepy. They might not even know it. It's hard to recognize when they're driving sleepy. But definitely this is an area that, as a product manager and as a Rearview Safety company, is an area of focus for us. As you can see, 18 hours of driving produces an impairment equal to blood alcohol content of 0.05. And a lot of those long drivers, those long hauls, they can drive up to 24 hours in one shift, which is quite long. And this is actually equals to 0.10. And we all know the legal limit is 0.08. So it's essentially they're driving drunk, these drivers. And again, there's no test that determines sleepiness or fatigue. If they get pulled over, it's hard to tell if somebody's driving. So how does this affect your fleets out there, your fleet drivers? I'm sorry. So who's at risk? 18 to 29-year-olds. These are your fleet drivers. These make up a large proportion of your fleets out there on the road. Men are most likely to drive drowsy versus women. And I thought this was quite shocking. A study actually done in Australia, a driver that's less than 5 hours of sleep a night increases their risk 4 to 5 times to causing a car accident. So a little more, some more statistics here. 60% of adults have driven drowsy, 37% have fallen asleep at the wheel, and 4% have admitted to having an accident or near miss of drowsiness. And some more statistics here. So they're quite alarming. There's 800 plus deaths a year that are caused by drowsy driviness. And we actually think this is underrepresented, as most traffic reports are out there that they're quite underrepresented. They're up to 6,000. So what does this mean for you as a fleet manager or everybody that's dealing, this room deals with fleets? Injuries, death, not only to your drivers, but to pedestrians down the road. Monetary loss. We've actually had a lot of our partners come to us trying to help them figure out how they can lower their insurance premiums. I mean, there's a cost related to this outside of course, the death, which is probably the most costly thing. But we're having partners come to us. How do we lower our cost outside of just our vehicle maintenance? Insurance premium is one area that we're seeing a lot of our partners coming to us to see that to work with them to lower those costs. Fleet vehicles are down. If you guys are sleeping in a car accident, of course your vehicle is down and not on the road being productive. Lower employee morale. The sleeping monster is one that most of us aren't aware of as fleet managers. We don't think it's a big deal, but it's quite alarming when we see our guys out there tired, they're fatigued, and they're getting into car accidents. So what are the solutions? Out in the corridor, you guys can, you can see a lot of vendors out there, a lot of booths that are focusing on driver fatigue systems. There's audible alerts. These are very basic systems that monitor the pupils of the eyes. There's a lot of great technology that's quite cheap out there that actually monitor pupils through sunglasses. So even when they're texting or driving, the drivers are nodding off, they're looking down. We'll actually send an audible alert to alert them to pay attention. There's actually vibration alarms as well. Put them on the seats. Great tool, again, cheap tool for your fleets out there to really kind of wake up your drivers. There's DVR alerts, telematics, of course. We've talked a lot about telematics here. A great tool to regulate driver behavior and make sure your drivers out there are doing what they need to be doing and staying awake. The biggest thing that we think that's out there kind of going on that hasn't been really adjusted or kind of targeted is really the scheduling on your fleets and when they're driving, how to maintain that healthiness, that those times where it's best for them to drive. It's very simple to schedule or create a proper schedule to make sure you guys are getting rested. And just have your guys get sleep. It's something that, as we're becoming more productive, we want our guys to constantly be productive and be on the road. They need those breaks, and I think as managers and executives of large fleets, they're not getting the rest they need. These are all basic solutions that we really think can go a long way in creating more productive drivers and safer roads. So thank you very much. Again, it's a very basic idea, but really want you to kind of step away from this, this nice forum and take away these simple basic facts. So that's it. Thanks, guys.